Prior to their most recent meeting at the Vatican, the last the world saw of Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and U.S. President Donald Trump together was at the White House during an uncomfortably hostile exchange. Zelensky had come to sign a deal proposed by the Trump administration that gave the U.S. access to the country's natural resources in the form of mineral extraction. President Trump had pushed it as an option for recouping money the U.S. had spent for Ukraine's defense. But of course, after that meeting went south, no deal was signed. But as confirmed by both parties last Thursday, a variation of that original proposal by the U.S. has been signed. According to both Washington and Kyiv, it calls for the establishment of a reconstruction investment fund to be supported by 50% royalties from natural resource projects in the country. Those royalties can then be invested in future projects, helping to rebuild Ukraine's economy. What's in it for the U.S. is always being first in line to acquire those natural resources if it happens to be among other nations interested in making a purchase, or if not, having the ability to decide who does. The White House said in the press release announcing the terms of the agreement last Thursday that, quote, "This partnership sends a strong message to Russia. The United States has skin in the game and is committed to Ukraine's long-term success." Just hours earlier, President Zelensky had shared news of further attacks on his country by Russia. He provided images from the city of Odessa, Ukraine's third largest, in which a residential building had been targeted by a Russian drone. 170 in total, Zelensky says, to have been involved during a night full of attacks across the country. He once again called for Russia to agree to the ceasefire plan proposed by the United States and already agreed to by Ukraine. In recent days, President Trump has made no secret of his growing lack of patience with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Back on April 26th, Trump expressed at the end of a post on his Truth Social platform that, quote, "There was no reason for Putin to be shooting missiles into civilian areas, cities, and towns over the last few days. It makes me think that maybe he doesn't want to stop the war. He's just tapping me along. It has to be dealt with differently." Reporting in Toledo, Ohio, I'm Jaden Jefferson.